Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is the next session of our Travel Tip Tuesday series where I'll be talking about how I consistently find cheap flights. It really is no secret, you just have to know how to do it. So today I'll give you the most important tip into finding cheap flights. So stay tuned. So today I'll be going over how I consistently find these cheap flights from any airport in the world. So the first way that I do these is these airlines are no different than Best Buy, Costco, Amazon, any of these Walmart, any of these big name stores. They have sales all the time. The problem is we don't know about it because we're not subscribed to them. So like I said in my last Travel Tip Tuesday, right here you see in this Travel Tips is I talk about subscribing to different airlines. So I've talked about Spirit Airlines, Frontier Airlines, American, United, Southwest to really find out when those sales are. In addition to those, there's a lot of other websites where people spend all day just kind of looking for flight deals, and they do all the hard work for you. So all you have to do is look at your email, and when you get the email or notification saying that there is a cheap flight, you just click it and you accept it. So I'll be going over those different websites that do that, which ones you should subscribe to, and why it's easy to save money with them. So for example here, I'm going to open up my email. So right here in my email, it looks like I have a whole separate folder right here, deals, where I made a spam email literally just for flight deals. So all my flight deals come to this email, and it's one easy coordinated box. So it's a lot of different websites. I'm going to talk about Secret Flying, Matt's Flights, Scotch Cheap Flights, and Dollar Flight Club. So the first one I'm going to talk about here is Scotch Cheap Flights. So let me find one. All right, so let's look right here, Scotch Cheap Flights. These people, there's a guy named Scott who literally just goes about all day and just looking for cheap flights. That is literally his job, finding you cheap flights. He has a premium account as well as a limited member account, which I have because I didn't pay for the premium account. So either way, I still get about 1 to 2 flight deals per day from him. And this right here is Nassau, Bahamas for about $235. This is from Philadelphia and Washington, but it gives you a deal that's there. Also, he also promotes his premium deals where Alaska is $200, Tahiti is $700, and we missed out on this because I don't have that premium account. But if I look at a different one like US Virgin Islands, which is literally the day right before, nope, still doesn't. Oh, it does have some here. So if I go to St. Thomas, I'm flying out of New York, I see nonstop for $235. So all that I would need to do here is I'm going to click View Deal Details. So when I click there, from here, I'm just going to log into my account. Let's see if I have one here. And right here, you see, I'm making a new account here. My home airport, let's say it's New York, JFK. And they give me different ones. I don't want to do Westchester. I don't want to do Islip. Don't want to do Newburgh. JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. Those are the ones that I want to do. And I also want to keep in Boston. I'm not going to do any of these. But just to give me a plethora, I'm going to continue. So Boston, Newark, and NYC. I'm going to do the limited one, state limited. And once again, like the different options between them, they have a $50, which is less than $5 a month, where they give you a ton of flight deals. But I'm not going to do that. Start limited membership, and then they just give you different deals here. So like for example, I just saw US Virgin Islands. I'm going to click that right here. And then let's go, say I wanted to go how to book. Use this example search to explore, okay? So I'm gonna go right here. See, get deal on Google Flights, okay? So let's say I want to go NYC, New York City, JFK. Get deal on Google Flights. So I'm going to go to Google Flights. I'm going to type in NYC. And they said JFK has a deal. And I'm just going to put right here in my Google Flights. It goes all these super cheap flight deals. So let's say this is April 2021. Let's say I wanted to do, let's go March. And I'm just playing with days. Say I want to go to 8th to the 15th. Click that. And if you look right here, 226, New York to St. Croix, and Monday to Monday, and that's a great deal right there with Scotch Cheap Flights, letting you know from your base airport. Now the next one that I'm going to show you is Dollar Flight Club, which works very similar. I actually have the premium account because they want me to be an influencer and show about their flight stuff, but I don't really use that for that factor. So right here, this is Croatia, JFK to Croatia. I'm gonna click get deal on this one. This one actually links you directly to the Skyscanner where you can book those tickets directly. So I get that, Newark to Croatia. Come on and load. And right here you see Newark to Croatia, 342 round trip. So I'm going all the way to Croatia in Europe for 342. And they pick the dates, but once again, in the same thing, I can play with the different dates here to figure out where the cheap deals are. So if I go here with Dollar Flight Club, is super cool because once again, just like Scotch Cheap Flight, I can keep a home airport. And with my home airport, which I said is New York and Boston, it allows me to just get deals sent from that specific airport. So right here we see it's typically $950, but this deal right here allows me to get it for $350. So works for me, right? Also with that one, there also is a place called Matt's Flights. So Matt's Flights right here is similar to like those ones. So I have a combination of those three that I use where I get these flight deals. But once again, Matt's Flights is another thing like the other two where they give you flight deals and they have a premium account which offers you way more flights. Only one that I have premium, like I said, is the Dollar Flight Club, and that's just because I have an influencer account. But once again, they have all of these different flight places that go from Fort Lauderdale. So say I wanted to fly from Boston, say I wanted to fly from New York City, from anywhere these places. In New York City to Fort Lauderdale is $51 literally. So they give you a lot of these different things, and it offers many different things, just like Scotch Cheap Flights, just like Dollar Flight Club and Matt's Flights. It's a way that I use the combination of the three so that I can keep my flight deals coming and not spending a lot of money. But my favorite one, and the first one that I've ever used, I'd highly recommend to subscribe to, is Secret Flying. Now, Secret Flying was the first thing that I've ever heard about for flight deals, and when I first started flying, I used to look at this website every single day, multiple times a day, to get these cheap flights. Because for me, I didn't know that flying could be this affordable. So, for example here, it gives you flight deals every single day with different ones, but the subscription in the email is different than the actual website. So for example, New York to Montego Bay for only $257. It doesn't tell you the dates from the email, but if any of these things interest you, like for example, it's all over. Los Angeles to Cairo, Egypt for $573. That's crazy cheap. So like, say I wanted to just follow up with one of these deals. I'm gonna click the Secret Flying website. And in the Secret Flying website, from here, you can miss out. And Secret Flying is super cool because they also let you know about these error flights. So a couple of weeks ago, I saw this, like, look at this one, an Airfare from Atlanta to Santiago, Chile for $62. Talk about this, Chile for $62. I can't even imagine that. But if you weren't subscribed and weren't in tune, you wouldn't have found out about that flight deal. So that's why it's super important to look at these flight deals. But from here, I'm just gonna click USA. And then I'm just gonna kind of just look through these and see if there's any cheap flight deals that are cool to me, important to me, that I would like to go. And this is a super cool resource to kind of find those cheap flights. But say you wanted to find more specific and go, like I said, New York to anywhere. And like I said, having an open mind is the biggest thing, because real reason why I've been to so many places for so cheap is I didn't have a agenda in my head. I just said, oh, it'd be cool to go here. There's a lot of things to see here. So let's go, and I type in Boston to anywhere, all upcoming months, and I just click search. So from right here, it gives me all the deals strictly to Boston in the last that they heard about. So I go to these, and they give you all different kind of months. So like this, Boston to Delhi, India, February to October. Boston to Barcelona, February to October. It's all different dates all the time. San Juan to Puerto Rico with American Airlines, United Airlines. Typically a lot of these are where you can find cheap tickets for good airlines as well. Because I know a lot of you guys are talking about you hate Spirit, whatever, but I'm giving you guys options without Spirit. Typically this place doesn't really use Spirit and Frontier. They don't use the budget airlines because people complain about them, but this gives you options with them. So like Boston to Fort Lauderdale, $40. Boston to Columbia. So like, I'm gonna click one of these. So let's go Boston to Columbia. So let me go to search results. Let me go from one that I just found here. So Boston to US Virgin Islands, Boston to Delhi. I'm gonna click this, and I'm gonna go pick a time. Tuesday to Tuesday, Boston to New Delhi, India. See the prices. Once again, you see this is Delta Airlines, $671. If anybody has ever been to India, then you could tell that this is a good price, but it's still loading, so we'll see even cheaper prices, hopefully. Yep, $570 right here. And that's Turkish Airlines right there, $570, which is fantastic to go to India, which is literally on the other side. 19-hour flight for $570. So, yeah. All right, and that's pretty much it. So I just showed you today how I typically find those super cheap flights. Pretty much you just got to be subscribed to these different airlines where they let you know when there's a flight. If you don't know, you can't find it. So instead of searching through the internet all the time, just being subscribed to these different places, like I said, Dollar Flight Club, Mass Cheap Flights, Scotch Cheap Flights, and checking Secret Flying, I'm a fiend for these things. So I'm on it multiple times a day, but just finding these little deals will save you a ton of money in your flight deals. And if you travel enough, going premium is definitely worth it to get more flight deals, because if you save for one flight $400, that already makes up a premium membership. So once again, if you got any good information, make sure to like, subscribe, leave it a comment below, and just let me know. Thank you and have a great day. Thanks for checking out my channel.